12 done. This is insane. So glad I got the camera with me. This is nuts. I feel great. What is up guys, Andy Forest Team Runner here and welcome back to another video. Today I'm taking you guys out on a workout with me, the full workout video, and I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on doing this double threshold work after 3 sessions. So welcome back to another video. You join me down here at Cannock Ponds, and I'm excited for this one because this workout will end up wrapping up 3 full double threshold days. And what I want to do at the end of this video is give you guys some kind of bullet point thoughts as to how I've been finding this threshold day stuff, double threshold day stuff, and how I find it incorporating it into my training, coming from a perspective of someone that runs on the lower end of the mileage spectrum. Over the last 2 or 3 weeks I've been hitting just over 65 miles ish. That's been around where I've been doing, if you work in time, probably between like 7.5 to 7.75 hours training time. Now obviously a lot of people that do this double threshold stuff do tend to have higher volume than that, so I'm kind of coming from that perspective. I'm excited to give you my thoughts, but first and foremost what I want to do today is take you through the full workout. Now these evening workouts are an experiment for me. I've got my morning workout done, which has been the same for all 3 weeks, 5 by 6 minutes with a minute recovery. That was solid. I'll put the stats on the screen and really happy with that. It's getting more comfortable each week, and that's one of the points I need to make at the end. But tonight is all about 16 by 90 seconds or 1 minute 30 with a minute recovery. It's going to be 40-minute workout in total, 24 minutes at threshold and then 16 minutes recovering. I'm experimenting with these evening sessions because at the moment I did 10 by 3 minutes for the first week, and then last week I did kind of like a cut down 4 by 1k 800, 400 or 1k 600, 400, something like that. I can't remember now. And tonight I'm doing kind of back to similar to 10 by 3, like no changing gears. I'm doing solid reps. I'm doing 16 of them, but shorter reps. So I'm going to be interested to find out how this one goes, and then I'll have done a good range after I've done tonight. So without further ado, we're going to crack on with this. I'm going to take you through the workout step by step, give you guys updates as we go. I'm going to get some drills and strides done and get this show on the road. Quarter of the way through, going okay, which is amazing, feeling good. Paces are on screen, nothing more to say. Touch base with you after 8. Done, halfway, solid. Feeling good. This is very manageable. Aerobically, big thumbs up. Done. This is insane. So glad I got the camera with me. This is nuts. I feel great. 4 to go. Let's get them done. Go. Last rep. Take you with me. 6 seconds to go. This has been outstanding, absolutely outstanding. So we'll wrap this up and then we'll talk all about it. But I just thought to myself, this has been so aerobically comfortable that I'm not gonna lie, I'm in a bit of a shock, and the paces keep getting quicker. I'm not trying to just so be it that that's what's happening. So yeah, just stay with me to the end. "50 seconds. Nearly there. 25. You won't believe me when I say this. 4:39 average pace. 4:40. What the actual? 4:40 per mile pace. That last rep. That is nuts. So a couple of stats from that and a couple of quick thoughts before we go get the cool down done and back to the car so I can give you my thoughts on this double threshold work. Tonight has completely caught me by surprise. I'm not going to lie, I kind of had some preconceived ideas as to what I was going to say to you when I got back to the car, but this has kind of thrown things a little bit. That was nuts. I paced that. I think I paced it really well. To be honest with you, the goal is not to cut down the paces on these things, it's to keep it consistent. These are not balls out threshold sessions. But I've got to be honest with you, I didn't feel like I was going balls out in the slightest, and I certainly didn't feel like I was working too hard. The paces just naturally came down. You saw they started around the 520s, a couple of 530s, I think one rogue 540. There are some GPS black spots along here, so don't get me wrong, I don't think that last one was 440. I'm pretty sure it's close to 5, but I don't think it was that quick. So just bear that in mind. A lot of turning and twisting, going back and forth down here with the trees above. It was making the pace jump around a little bit, but overall, I was getting like 20-30 seconds into a rep. The pace was solid on the watch and stable. So overall, I've got to say that was really good. Average heart rate 163. That is nuts. Absolutely nuts. Last week it was 165. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not working on heart rate, and I know with the threshold sessions it's all about your lactate levels. I don't have a lactate monitor, so I can't monitor it that way, so I'm just kind of keeping an eye on my heart rate and seeing what the effort is week in, week out. So this morning it was 161, which is what it has been in the previous 2 weeks, but tonight, I mean, for those paces, I've got to say I am over the moon. Right, okay, back at the car. So what I want to do is give you guys some thoughts as to how things are, some bullet points, if you like, of just kind of quick fire, how I feel this is going, what I think it's doing for me, benefits, cons, all of that sort of stuff, because there are a little bit of everything. But I think tonight surprised me, but what I've got to keep in mind is I was probably a little bit naughty there, and although I didn't mean to and it felt good, I kind of naturally started to go a little bit faster towards the end. Not that it felt like I was putting in any more effort, it was just the natural progression of the workout. And what I've got to keep in mind, just like this morning, is that both of these workouts are meant to be controlled. This morning is meant to be more of a sub-threshold effort, and tonight is obviously a bit quicker, meant to be touching some quicker paces, although this isn't done by pace, just kind of naturally the lactate levels, if I was to be testing in the morning, should be around 2 millimole, and at night time should be somewhere between 3 and 4. So naturally the paces are going to be quicker, but they were good and they were comfortable tonight. And I think for me, more than anything, tonight was an encouraging sign. I think also a couple of bullet points quickly. It's making my legs feel stronger, just in general. Now that could be the double threshold work, 20 miles in a day. That could be the fact that I've added in an extra run to the week, or it could be both. And I suspect it's both. So I'm not going to put this down to specifically doing double threshold work, but I think just increasing my volume in general is helping for that. That was highlighted at Rose Inn. Had that trail race on Saturday and was able to hold 5:25 pace average for the Rose Inn, despite my legs feeling tired and still feeling like they had some junk in them. they felt strong. I'm remembering to eat and hydrate well in the day. That's another thing that I'm throwing out there. That's something that I'm really trying to do. So that feels really good. I think the con of this type of training is, especially for someone like me who's on lower mileage, is that you need to be careful the day after. Now I have to fit my long run in tomorrow potentially, so I'm going to have to really be careful about paces and duration. I'm going to have to cut it back. I'm going to have to not be as intense as I normally am. But normally what I do in my normal schedule is have a day off afterwards to let myself fully recover. So that again is something I'm keeping in mind. Dropping a moderate run to an easy run, swapping that around so that some of my week is more easy than it normally would be. And realistically, I think the final thing to say is I'm not really expecting to see anything in terms of fitness until weeks like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever it might be. I think in this block I'm going to be able to fit in hopefully 8 of these double threshold workouts, maybe 9, I can't remember. So I'm hoping by the end I'm going to be really feeling the benefits of it. But again, that could be the benefits of the double threshold, that could be the benefits of increasing or adding an extra run into my week. So I've got to take that into consideration as well. But these are kind of just thoughts that are coming into my head as I'm doing this week in, week out. And the final thing to mention is take the morning one easy or easier. My first week I was a little bit gung-ho, a little bit keen, and although it felt great, my effort levels on the morning session was way too high, which made the evening session harder than it needed to be. The last 2 weeks I've kept the morning session a lot more chilled, and that has meant that I've been able to feel confident and comfortable in these evening sessions. So I think that's it really. I think it's exciting for me to experiment, and I'm excited with this. It's an exciting type of training. It gets me excited, and that's what it's all about, having fun. But an experiment is exactly what this is, so just bear that in mind. If I rock up tomorrow injured and overtrained, you can all laugh at me, that's fine. I'm putting my head on the chopping block here and putting myself out there by trying this sort of stuff. But there we go. Appreciate you guys coming along with me, especially in that last rep. It was good fun out there today, and it was enjoyable to say the least. Loved tonight, every second of it. It was just, had a smile on my face, and that's what it's all about. So I appreciate it. I'm off now, going to eat a bucket load and hydrate a bucket load. So if you enjoyed today, guys, please do give it a like, share with your friends, subscribe to the channel for weekly running content, and as always, I'll see you on the next one. Until then.